Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Someone For podcast. My name's Shyam Ronvelia, and today we have a special guest in the studio. But first, I want to give a quick shout out to my brother. Today's his birthday, so yeah, happy birthday to him. And we got Daniel in the studio, one of my good friends. How's it going, man?
Good, how are you, dude?
Good. Yeah.
How's your summer going right now?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Pretty good, yeah? This
Just
is going to be
chilling.
your fourth podcast, right?
Yeah, fourth podcast.
Well done, dude.
So, we were talking about earlier about like this company, right? This carbon company.
Yeah.
Can you explain
for sure. There's this company apparently. So I was just checking the news, and I came up with this article about this company named Carbon Engineering. It's like based in British Columbia, and it's backed by like big companies like Chevron. It's backed even by Bill Gates, dude.
Bill
Gates, out of all people. And then, so what this company does is it recycles CO2 in the air. So,
what do you know the name of the company?
Carbon Engineering.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's the name of the company. So, the company is basically using this procedure named direct air capture, which kind of like, so the air, like, imagine they have these equipments, right?
Yeah.
So the air passes through their equipment, and this liquid falls out while the air passes.
Okay.
And then it has, I'm not sure about the complete chemistry of it, but it's not just pure carbon, obviously. There's a bunch of stuff in that liquid, and they do a procedure, and they get something else which is in solid form, like, like tiny BB bullets,
Yeah.
And then they burn those to get carbon for later use.
Oh, okay.
And since they're not like backed by anybody, like right now, they are backed.
So they're like a private.
They are kind of, but like they weren't going to initially be backed by Chevron because obviously Chevron is a gas company, and like gas and fossil fuels hurt the environment. So it wouldn't be a good idea for a company that's trying to fix the environment to partner up with a company that's like destroying it. So what they're doing is this: they're selling the carbon back to them, so they can make like gas and like resources and energies for cars and other like vehicles to continue, working and stuff, which kind of like, if it actually like goes to a very big scale, like, I don't think they're going to think of any other like ways of, improving the environment or like fixing like, what is it called? The issue of like, the carbon dioxide levels, So basically the reason I was interested was because I did a science fair my sophomore year with in Mr. Han's class, AP biology, right? Yeah. And then I remember that was my my science fair. So I went to the NOAA site, and then with their website, and I was trying to see if the carbon dioxide levels had to do anything with the temperature or the climate change.
Yeah, the climate change, global warming.
Exactly, right. So I was trying to see if they resonate at all. So what I found in the science fair that I did, that it does, because the carbon dioxide levels have risen since like 1800s, or like since the industrial age, right? And like it has increased massively since like before that it wasn't anything like that, right? And then from that point on, the temperature has gotten hotter and hotter and hotter, and their goal right now is to just keep it at 1.5 centimeter globally, because as it goes higher, the ice melts. So if the ice melts, the water rises, Yeah. And then once that happens, then, it's not good because, first of all,
cities will go under. Yeah.
Exactly. There could be tsunamis, and then it does affect the sea life as well, like the creatures in the ocean, fish, all the stuff that we eat, so
it's going to have a big impact on the world globally.
For sure, dude. For sure, yeah.
Yeah, like global warming. Like, what do you think other solutions are? Like, what can like normal people like us do every day? Like,
I mean, I'm no scientist. There's still a debate that if there is a global warming or there isn't. I'm 100% sure there's a climate change happening, which is basically the change of the climate that through like the different decades. There's ups and downs. It's hot, it's cold. But I believe like the humans do leave a footprint that affects the trend of that pattern. Like, if I'm not sure about how like we affect it when it goes cold, but we definitely affected when it goes hot because we do produce a lot of carbon dioxide. And I'm again no scientist, but certain things people could do is right now I checked so the main thing that they use, the main thing, like a good over like half of the energy resources are still fossil fuels.
Yeah.
The second, no, I'm so sorry. Oh. The first one is right now in China at least it's hydro, water. They produce energy through water, at least for electricity, correct?
Yeah.
And then the number 2 is fossil fuels for all the cars and everything. And then the third one is nuclear energy. And then the last one, which is a very tiny percentage, is solar. What I would think is, not a regular person can do this.
Yeah.
It's definitely somebody who's educated enough, or some scientists. They should, if you ask me, focus on the solar one because we have a sun, and 24/7 somewhere around the globe it's shining. So you could always use that energy. But for what regular people could do, obviously, they could maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure because if you carpool with someone, it doesn't have that much of an effect.
Yeah.
But if you do it on a massive, like I don't know, like if you do it, like if it's known globally that if you carpool, I don't know, you might save some stuff, some less carbon dioxide will be produced, but that's not even the main thing. The main thing right now is, based on what I've seen, the cattle raising. So the raising of the cattle produces a lot of carbon dioxide. It
like the greenhouse gases.
Yeah. Like greenhouse gases for the biomass that they produce to feed them. Like all the biomass, imagine that like they consume to grow up, and so we can just eat them. And I'm not saying I'm gonna go vegan or anything. I really love meat, but that definitely does have an effect on it, probably more than cars.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Like planes also I think have a huge impact.
Of course.
More and more, like Tesla is of course an electric car company, and they're doing their part to try to advance cars to becoming more and more electric,
right,
which is happening like over time. But do you think like we'll ever like get planes to start going in that direction? Like what do you think planes
honestly
can do?
I've never thought of that.
Yeah,
now that you just brought this up, that
because
like insane.
There are like so many planes flying every day, like
of course.
all day and all night, like
right.
And they have a lot of like jet fuel that's going into them,
right?
And I don't think that's like too like bad.
Yeah, dude,
for the environment
imagine
as well,
charging your plane. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
that would be very cool. I feel like that's gonna be a way for like maybe the next, I don't know, 2-3 decades. But that's a I've never thought of that. That's actually pretty smart.
Yeah. The planes, because like especially since they're like flying at 300 or 30,000 feet, right? Like that's not too good for the ozone layer as well. Like in Australia, that the ozone layer isn't like, it's not there, so that's gonna make a huge impact.
I feel like it's just area in Australia that is suffering from that. But there's so many things they could do, but I don't know, we will see what happens. It really depends to different countries as well. Like the US definitely, like the skies above us here right now in California, isn't as polluted as like skies, let's say in like some parts of China, Russia, even Iran, like their sky is pretty polluted, And it does have to do with their gas and their factories, the gas that they put in cars, but it's just a lot of things. A lot of things go hand in hand.
Like third world countries that are still developing,
of course,
like they don't have the resources to build like that big.
Yeah. I think it's not just it is the resources, but besides, it's definitely the resources. But besides that, it's just people as well. You can educate people. People who are educated in, and if you can keep the smart people in your country and have them, achieve great things, make inventions that can help like humanity, go forward and support them,
Yeah. And I remember last time talking to you, you were talking to your mentor, like from, that Chipotle. Remember that?
Right.
Yeah. How's that going? Like, did you get the mentor thing?
Yeah, no. That was like so I was working at Chipotle, right? And then there was this coworker of mine that he was like, oh yeah, there's this person that I seek advice from in real estate. And I was like, okay, that's pretty solid. You know, it would be pretty cool if you could, you know, introduce me to them, you know, because we're young, you know, we can learn, you know. He was older than me, the person, my coworker.
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, for sure, you know. So he did contact the person, and I talked to him. And the first time I met him, you know, and then I kind of forgot about it. And then one day they called me again, and they were like, oh yeah, we would love to meet you. We have an interview with you, you know. And then I went to their office. It was a nice office, and it wasn't what the guy said it was, you know. It was definitely not that. It was just like it had nothing to do with real estate at all. It was just like a mentoring thing for some sort of marketing, but I felt like it's a waste of time, so I didn't follow.
Really?
You know? It was, yeah. I don't want to name the company here, but you know, yeah, it's definitely a waste of time.
What made you think that it was a waste of time?
I mean, first of all, I was sitting in their waiting room, just waiting for the main person to come, you know, but because I had nothing to do, you know, there was like some video playing, and they told me to just watch this, you know, like for like 10 minutes or something till the guy comes. And I just started searching up on my phone about the company, and I was like, this is not, you know. So yeah. And then yeah, so once I went to the guy's office and we spoke for like 10 or 15 minutes, I kind of understood that he's not trying to, like, he's not super open about what he's doing. I'm not saying he's not legit, but you know,
he seems like shady.
A little bit.
Yeah.
He did seem shady. I mean, not the guy himself. The company seemed a little shady, you know. It may have not been shady. I mean, it's been functioning for the past, I don't know how many years it's been functioning. It's been around for a while, but I was like, you know, this doesn't look legit. And I mean, I didn't tell the guy that, but the questions that I asked, like, he wouldn't like answer me, you know, he would like kind of dodge the questions. And I felt like it was one of the worst interviews I've been in, because it felt like I was interviewing him. So he could sell me an idea, but he failed. So, you know, and I told him that. I was like, dude, it feels like I'm interviewing you. You're not interviewing me, you know?
You're just like sitting there, like I'm
trying to understand, but you know, yeah.
And like everybody knows that like you like business stuff too, right? And
yes.
Like how's the, I know you didn't do the t-shirt thing, but do you have any other like business adventures that
currently I do not. I do not know. I'm just trying to school on I'm just trying to focus on school right now, you know, and gain the knowledge in like mathematics, you know, maybe physics, biology, you know, the sciences. So you can, you know, maybe like start something in a massive scale, like the company that we just talked about, you know. I mean, the reason I talked about the company, I'm not getting paid by them, obviously. I just it came up on the news thing that I was just going through, and I was like, wow, this is interesting, you know. I mean, I'm not saying they're good or bad. I'm just saying it was interesting. I never thought this was possible through science to just capture air, you know, and take the CO2 out and then use that CO2 to either like, I don't know, make fossil fuels again, or just, you know, save it for later use or whatnot, you know. I mean,
that's a good thing that's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
But like the thing is this, as high school students, if you don't go to your, like, I don't know, if you don't get the knowledge, I'm not saying you need to necessarily go to school to gain those knowledges, because you don't. But if you don't gain the scientific knowledge of what you want to do, there's no way you can like go into business in those categories. You know, you could invest to them in some. You might not know what you're investing in because, you know, you don't have the knowledge, obviously. But I mean, right now, if I would say I want to start a company like that company, it would be just like me Googling stuff, because, you know, I don't have the knowledge. I'm not a scientist, you know. So
that takes a lot of work to like not only have that team, but also like doing it like for many years. Of course. That takes a lot of like capital.
Definitely, it does. I mean, they didn't have the capital. Even that company didn't have the capital. Bill Gates is funding them.
I know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, the other companies like Amazon now, they started with what, like just Jeff Bezos himself, and now it's like $1 trillion company.
You know what I just learned a couple of days ago? I didn't know Amazon owned Twitch. Did you know that? Amazon owns Twitch.
When they buy it, or like, I'm
not sure.
Probably a couple of years ago.
I have no clue, but I just saw that it was just one of the companies that they had acquired. I was like, wow. I had no clue. That is interesting. Yeah, dude. Like Amazon is just buying everything, every company. You know, they're like, okay, this company seems it's doing good. You know, they either just buy it upright, or they just like, you know, they just make a competition for that company, and lower their prices, lose a bunch of money till that company can't compete with them anymore, and then they just buy it out for much cheaper.
Do you think like the monopoly that Amazon is gaining is like good for the economy?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's good or bad because I'm not an economist. But I mean, good for Amazon. It's amazing for Amazon. But I mean, the thing is this: with that amount of capital and resources, they can definitely advance in certain categories. You know, they can really go places with what they have. They can hire a lot of people. You know, and they're gonna pave the future if there's no competition for them. You know, but you know, there's it could affect, like, it's become such a huge monopoly. No one, like you and I, we cannot go start an Amazon and you know, even if you put the same effort that Jeff Bezos did and you know, work the same amount of years to have it, you know, like maybe go public even in the stock market, we're not gonna never achieve his success because it has become a monopoly. But I mean, good for him though, you know. There's no competition. If someone can find a better business model, does the same thing for cheaper, less cost, which is really tough because I mean, what they do is pretty efficient, you know. They could maybe, I mean, the thing is this: every company that you see, their lifespan is about 100 years. You know, there are companies that maybe your grandparents knew, my grandparents knew, that we have no clue because they went out of business, and at that time they may have been the top-notch thing.
I know, like retail stores, more and more retail stores, malls, and stuff are closing because people are doing online shopping.
Exactly, but in 200 years, there might not be a single person knowing about Amazon or its existence. You know,
probably. I
mean, it really hit some records, and it's a huge legacy. But you know, you never know. You know, that's all I'm trying to say. So, like, there are companies that would last 50 years. There are companies that would last 100 years. Nokia was very, very, very successful with its first cell phone. Remember that? Yeah. It was the tiny cell phones, you know, very successful, dude. But what they didn't do is they didn't adapt. They didn't adapt. You know, the market changed.
Apple, you know,
right?
The
Apple
iPhone,
came. Dude, even before that, BlackBerry came, and then they were still behind. And then they tried to use Microsoft as their running platform. Not even like, what is it called? The Android, or it was just Microsoft, like on their newer phones.
Like the software that was running?
Dude. Yeah, it was like, just imagine like you have like a PC or a laptop that runs on Microsoft. Imagine your phone running on Microsoft, you know? I'm not sure if that was the smartest choice, but they didn't adapt, you know, they couldn't compete. Once they did, it was already too late. So they just, I think they got out of the cell phone game. You think so?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. So, I mean, you never know. So,
yeah. I mean, companies, you know, only like companies that have, that bring change will like survive to later years.
Of course. But like even right now, the cell phone market is very saturated, dude. It's very saturated, but I don't think anybody can compete with Apple right now because it's just the brand that they have, the name and the brand that they have made, like the
ecosystem.
Exactly.
Like the iMessage to the iPhone, AirDrop, all that.
Everything is very simple, you know, simplicity, everything is easy. And once you adapt to that, it's really hard to change to systems like Android because it's a little bit more complicated, but there's so much more you can do with an Android, you know. There's no denying that.
There's more customization.
Exactly.
Options.
I mean, you could, like, the things you could do in Android compared to iOS is limitless. Like, there's so much you can do with your phone.
And pretty much like every phone except the iPhone runs on Android. Like,
I'm pretty sure.
Much.
Yeah.
Mostly all phones run on Android. Because that's the software. Like Samsung, they don't make their own software. They use Android.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's no other phone besides Apple that runs on iOS. You know. Yeah. So there's Android. I'm not sure if there's other things, but there used to be Microsoft, at least for Nokia.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they may have changed. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't really follow up with that to see what happened. But you know, we can see. We could see where it goes. You know.
Yeah.
But a company that looks interesting right now is Beyond Meat, dude. I remember like their IPO, like when they went out, was like,
what do they do? Like I've never even heard of it.
Oh really?
Yeah, I never even heard of it.
Okay, so Beyond Meat is a company that basically they make these not artificial, but like it's like meat, but it's not meat. You know, like it's how do I explain this?
Is it like vegan or?
It's vegan. Yeah, okay. I think it's vegan. I think it's either vegan or vegetarian, but I'm not sure which. But like it's definitely not meat, but it looks like meat. The texture is like meat.
Okay.
It kind of tastes like meat, not kinda. I mean,
did you try it before?
I've tried it. I've tried it.
Okay.
So Del Taco made a deal with them, like right when they kind of went public, maybe before that a little bit. I'm not sure, but they made a deal with Del Taco, and Del Taco has Beyond Taco meats or whatever they have. You know, there's these tacos that they use those meats as the meat. You know, so like I tried it. It's just, you know, it's not bad, but I mean, it doesn't taste like meat to me, but to some people it might. But the texture and the smell is definitely. I mean, I'm not sure about the smell now, but the texture is definitely meat. It looks like meat. So that company, Beyond Meat, it went public. Like if you check right now, their initial price was the IPO was $25. But I remember the first day that it went public, you couldn't buy one for $25. It was more around like maybe 50-ish or something around there.
Like the first day hype is like always big for. And
then but it just went up, dude. I was like, this is gonna go up maybe a little bit, and it went to 70, 90. I was like, it's probably a bubble. It's gonna burst 100. 150 right now. I think it's 160 or something, dude.
So wait, like when did it go public? Like
it went public like a few months ago. Like we were still in high school, like three months ago maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in 3 months they have not gone down. They just keep going up, and I don't understand how. Like if you like, I don't know. I mean,
it's just like a meat company, like a
right. I mean, it's
vegetarian.
I mean, no, it's not about that. I mean, their sales are good. Right now, I went to Irvine Spectrum, and there's this other restaurant that uses their meat, but I wasn't sure how many restaurants are gonna, you know, take those meats.
Okay, so they're trying to like supply it to other restaurants.
I mean, they do supply it to a lot of places, but I'm not sure how they're doing so well. Like, what is it that they're doing? They're doing good. That their stock is just going crazy high.
I know.
Well, at the beginning, I thought it's a bubble. I'm not even sure at this point. I'm not going to invest right now at this moment because I'm just not sure, you know.
I know. Like you don't want to invest without doing the research.
Exactly. I haven't done the research completely. I'm just telling you because I was so shocked. I was like, that is crazy. You know?
The market in general has been doing well.
Because you look at Uber or Lyft, dude. After their IPOs, Uber did better, but Lyft went down, dude.
I know.
I mean, Lyft is a huge company. This company just started and it's doing amazing, which is good, you know.
I know. But at least there's a competitor to Uber.
Like, that is, there is. I mean, I think there's competitors to Beyond Meat, but I'm just not sure how well known they are compared to Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat, right now, is one of the most well known ones, and it's one of the newest ones. So, I mean, you can go try it, dude. I mean,
I might maybe. If it's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's just you know.
Yeah, that's another like for vegetarians, I guess, like who don't want to have.
But dude, I read something. I'm not sure how true this is, but they said the actual meat that they're like the Beyond Meat, they say it's not good for the heart. But I mean, I'm not sure. I read that somewhere.
But like, isn't like red meat, like regular red meat, not good for the heart either? Like,
that is true. Yeah, that is true. But like, yeah, I mean, as I said, I don't remember the source that I read this on. It was just on one of these like news websites. That's why I'm not going to go really into it, but it did say that, and as you're correct, the red meat does that as well. I'm not sure to what extent it like damages the heart, you know? If it does the same as red meat, they shouldn't even like really mention it because everything does, you know? So, I mean, I did read the article, but like it didn't really specify how, because, you know, red meat has fat and that's not good for the heart, you know? But because, you know, it has trans fat, it has, you know, like it just has fat, and that's the main thing. But then the whatever biomass so basically the way it works is, let's say an animal consumes only vegetables, right? They only consume the vegetables and they're only getting the nutrients and the toxins in the vegetable. But let's say another animal consumes that animal, they get all the toxins that the other animal has, right? So then another animal consumes that animal, and then we consume them, for example. I'm just saying, you know, you're gonna get all those toxins. That's how it works with meat. That's how it works with whatever we consume. So, like, I think that's the biology of it. So, yeah, whatever you consume, whatever toxins it has, you get those. But I mean, it's not gonna really do anything.
I mean, like we have like some processes that like we give vitamins and like medication to animals. So like that
we get those as well. Those as well. So like chickens, they give a lot of antibiotics to chickens. We get all those antibiotics. You know? So That's just how it is. But I'm just not sure. They didn't specify how it's not good for the body.
Yeah.
So let's not go into that because I'm not 100% sure. I just saw that because one day the stock dipped, and I just checked the news for it real quick, and that was the argument. Or I mean, I'm not sure if that's the reason, but that was the argument. And it wasn't even a huge dip. It just made it back up in a few days after that. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
The stock is going up.
Oh yeah, but a company that went down, dude, Tesla, dude. Tesla went down.
I know. Now is the time to buy. Like, if you're watching this, go buy Tesla, because I think that once the Roadster comes out, but like it might still go down because there's probably going to be delays in that too, which is going to also decrease the stock.
Right, but dude, that company is burning cash crazy. Like they're just like burning cash, like it's crazy. But yeah, so like their stock on Friday, dude. It dipped very bad. Like today's Monday, right?
Yeah.
July, what is it?
I don't know. What is it? 29th.
29th, yeah. I mean, you can check the stock right now. What is the price for Tesla?
I don't know. Hold up. Let's see if they have it on here.
But yeah, on Friday.
Tesla.
So
243.
243? Is it? No, it's 234, bro.
No, it's right here. 243.
I can see it.
All right. Yeah, 234.
Yeah, it's 234, man. It's 234. But yeah, it was like 227.
Yeah,
on Friday, and before that it was like in the 40s, so it just dropped like massively. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even do the research. I just bought some.
You bought it?
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I? On Friday,
like I think last year it was at 360.
Oh yeah,
like once.
Yeah, it just I don't know what's happening with Tesla right now.
Yeah,
but I didn't even do the research on Friday because I kind of woke up late. And I saw
the price.
I saw the price, and I saw the market is open. So I'm like, I'm buying some, So
how much did you buy?
Not much.
Not much.
No, I mean, dude, I'm 18. I just got out of high school. Not much, but yeah.
That's good though. Like for like regular people, like this is the time to buy like stocks when they're.
I mean, don't take our word for it, dude. Like if it goes down,
don't take it.
I mean, we don't even know.
Do the research first.
Of course.
Don't be like this guy who just bought it right away.
Well, I mean, even up today, dude. Even like 2% up today. So
yeah, I mean that's good. But you never know.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
So it could go lower. It definitely could go lower. But dude, when the Model 3 was coming out, they were like weeks away of getting bankrupt. That's how much.
Really?
I'm telling you, they spend so much money that like they just pulled it. They like through some miracle they made it happen. But they were like
Elon probably just used some of his own money to like fund it.
Honestly, I don't know. Did you know that Elon he got a huge option reward in 2018 for the year 2000? He was the highest paid CEO.
Damn.
For Tesla, just Tesla, from Tesla.
Yeah.
Not even SpaceX, but. Yeah.
SpaceX is a whole different
SpaceX, Boring Company has a bunch.
Company. The Boring Company, like I think he just made that just for fun.
I mean, dude, the guy's a legend. The guy's a legend.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and those like semi trucks too, like that's gonna be big for
of
like
course.
all the companies.
That's gonna change like the truck, like the what is it called? The moving everything. It's gonna because their speed, their efficiency,
Yeah, it's like no drivers, so it's autonomous driving.
Right. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're still gonna have drivers in them just in case for now.
Yeah,
at least,
for now.
Yeah, that would be amazing
in the beginning, because like companies are looking at like with regular drivers, you got to make like stops. I think like every 10 hours, and like they need to sleep like 8 hours.
Right.
And so without the driver, the trucks could go nonstop. Like and that would like bring profits up for the company.
Of course. There's like Amazon right now. There's like I'm not sure if that's still available, but you can sign up through this thing, and they will like finance vans and trucks to you, and they would be basically your only client. They would help you start a company. What is it called? A sort of like
a distribution.
Exactly. Yeah. Distribution, sort of like shipping, to help them out. But I don't know how efficient it's going to be, but they help people finance the vans, trucks, everything. Yeah. And the only thing is this, they're helping you start a business, but they're your only client. Yeah. So if they don't give you routes, you're kind of screwed, because you still have to make those payments on those, pay the drivers, give them insurance, all that stuff. So yeah, definitely, because did you know Amazon? You know, like shipping, you can get stuff in 1 or 2 days. You can get stuff in 2 days, but right now they're moving it. They're pushing it to 1 day. One day. Yeah. That's crazy. But
with
the
Prime,
conditions, dude, the conditions are like terrible for the drivers. Terrible. Because they can't stop. They don't have time to stop. Imagine.
Yeah.
1 day.
Like
that's
even
crazy.
in the warehouses too, they had to go nonstop.
Yeah, they're going nonstop. That's why if you do like an autonomous thing in any part of this process, it's gonna save a lot of human labor. You know, their insurances. You know, injuries.
Yeah,
and just because it's like it's really tough. It's really the way they're going. Like it's really like exhausting and for the workers too.
I know.
Yeah.
And like more and more companies are probably gonna do this too.
Yeah, because they're pushing it, dude. Like as I'm telling you.
Once Amazon does it, like one day, like Target did it like 2-day like free shipping too.
Right.
So like that's
they're just competing with each other, you know?
I know.
It's like
the online warfare. Like,
yeah, it is. Like they're just competing with one another. So as I'm saying, they don't wanna die out like Nokia did with its phones. They're adapting every day.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't adapt, then like you're done.
Right.
Because like I think Walmart was like the latest to the game. Like they just like in recent years they caught up a little bit.
Yeah, Walmart was very weak on the online section. But the thing is this: Walmart was the Amazon of the day before Amazon.
Yeah.
Before Amazon existed,
like
Walmart had everything.
Retail market.
Right.
Yeah.
But so they probably didn't really, they weren't worried about it. They're like, we still have a lot of stores, we still, I mean, their stores are huge,
Yeah.
So
People still go to them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And then, I haven't been in one actually for a long time.
Yeah. But I mean, I see them like people, parking lots are filled.
There's one by our school.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like a yoga land, you know, I go there, the parking lot is full all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they are getting like, they're getting in the game as well. So, I mean, I'm not saying Walmart is they're not gonna die out. They're still, they're doing good with their stocks, dude. They've been around for a long time, you know.
I know that like they're like family owned, I think still too.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's not. The thing is this, since it's in the stock market, it's not private anymore.
Yeah, it's not private, but it's like the majority of the
the majority shares, the majority shares are owned by their children.
Yeah.
The guy who founded it, I forgot his name, but his children, Yeah.
Like going back to the Tesla, like self-driving cars or self-driving trucks. I mean, like that, since it's self-driving and no drivers, like I think that'll impact the economy like in a negative way, because like if you look at it, like the drivers had to make stops in different cities, right? And they like buy stuff at the different market, like food, diners and whatnot. Yeah. Though if they stop going there, then the economy in that like area will go down, because
that is true.
There's no business.
That is very true. Yeah, it does. It does. So humans, even like if it's tough to make it happen with the 1-day shipping or whatnot, all the tough, the competitions they have, it's definitely gonna affect the economy.
And you know that the truck driving job is the #1 job in America.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that.
It is.
It is?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so like a lot of people, if that's the direction we're headed, then a lot of people are going to be unemployed.
It's going to take some time. And the thing is this, not everybody's going to adapt. All these companies that have all these trucks, they're not going to adapt initially. And by the time that I feel like they're going to, what is it called? These trucks are going to come. Let's say there's like multiple companies that make different companies, like that produce these trucks that are electric, right? So basically, Tesla, right? That's one company, but there are multiple companies that make trucks, and it's going to take a lot of time for all of them to adapt to make electrical.
And it's pretty like expensive to do it as well.
Of course, but even the companies who buy these trucks, some of them are not going to adapt and buy those autonomous trucks, because they still want to have employees. Yeah. Very few do. I mean, as long as it's sustainable. If it's economically not sustainable, they're definitely going to switch to what's more efficient for them. But besides that, there's going to be other jobs. Somebody has to maintain those trucks. Somebody has to plug them in, Yeah. And then there's going to be other jobs for other people,
Yeah.
But
people need to adapt soon, or else because the GDP is going to show that the economy is doing well, because, the companies are going to do well.
Right.
But like the overall health of the society is gonna go
Right.
down. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Dude, who was she? She just came in the
I
room.
don't
She
know.
distracted me.
What'd she say?
She's just asking me.
Oh,
Okay. Whatever.
yeah. I was like talking about the trucks. I was like, what
Yeah.
is this? Like, where did she?
Some random person just came in.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry I got distracted. Yeah.
It's fine. No. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, dude, there's gonna be other stuff too. There's gonna be like the company that I told you, like in my wildest dreams, I wouldn't think there's gonna be a company that's gonna take the air and
Yeah.
try to like lessen the pollution. So there's gonna be other jobs. It just means that
But like, are people gonna be willing to adapt? Like those people who are
They have no
driving
choice. Yeah.
trucks and then like,
bro, they have no choice.
Like,
That's the
yeah.
thing. For being a truck driver, I'm not sure if you need to be very educated.
yeah, I
Do
don't
you?
think so.
I don't think so either. So
Yeah.
it's just adapting. They just have to learn some other skills,
Yeah.
learn some other skills. There's going to be definitely a ton of people maintaining all those trucks because,
Mhm.
as there is today, there's a lot of people
Yeah,
still maintaining those
yeah.
trucks, right? But the drivers might, I don't know, they might be the people that help do the, what is it called? The stocking of the truck because somebody has to put everything in those trucks for it to go to places and somebody has to check on them. Maybe even while you're driving, there's maybe cameras on the car or
Yeah.
the truck and somebody's monitoring it at all times and they have a button to stop it if
Yeah.
there's something that looks fishy or, if they're like,
Or
because
if people try to like crash into it, like,
right.
do something.
There's so many things. You never know if if it's autonomous and it's driving and like a tire pops or like a
Yeah.
wheel comes off, it's not just gonna be like, okay,
Yeah.
So somebody has to stop it. So, maybe they have somebody watching these. Maybe one person watches maybe 5 at a time or something.
Yeah, because
But
like
they're
I don't
different
think
jobs,
there's that many like on the road today, so they haven't done too much testing.
Exactly.
Like-
yeah.
So once like they figure out that in the real world like things happen, there's like there you might get into a car crash or something, and
Right.
like in front of you, and the truck has to stop, and then there's stuff like that could happen.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
And yeah, you will just have to wait to see what happens.
yeah,
If you're lucky enough and you're smart enough, we can invest in some of those companies,
Yeah.
or just be one of the people that starts one. So,
hmm yeah. I think the electric market is going to be big, like in this next 10 year.
of course, dude.
10
Of course, gas stations are going to go out of the picture.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say pretty soon
Yeah,
because
I
there are
would say-
huge companies backing them, but they're going to adapt too. They're going to buy
do you think like the Chevron and Shell will start adding like electric chargers?
maybe.
Yeah,
Dude,
maybe.
maybe. Honestly, they might because, there's so many cars that are still relying on gas,
Yeah.
but soon, because right now, how there was Tesla,
Mm-hmm.
there's a bunch of competition in China, different brands that are making electric cars.
Yeah.
There's a competition in Porsche. Porsche is
Okay.
making an electric car.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's out already or not, but they were making a like
Yeah,
fully
I think it's
electric
like
car.
a sports car version.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
It's a good looking car too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like there are other cars.
Yeah,
Of course,
yeah.
but they're all doing like electric cars. Not
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure fully electric. There's like the Chevy Volt. It's not
Yeah.
fully electric. I'm not. Is it? It's
yeah. I
not.
think it's fully electric.
It
yeah.
is. Are you sure?
Like a plug-in,
Yeah, you can plug it in, but it runs on gas too. I think.
maybe. Well,
I think so.
double check.
I'm not
if you-
sure.
if you-
I'm
I
not
think I'm
100%
pretty
sure.
sure it's electric though, all electric.
Really?
And like the Nissan Leaf, I know that's
Oh yeah,
all electric.
I knew that one
Yeah.
is 100% electric. The Volt, I thought it's some sort of a hybrid. I'm not so
Maybe.
sure. Maybe.
Yeah.
Just Google it right now.
I don't know what. Sure, I'll just Google it.
I'm just so curious.
Okay. Let's see. Chevy Volt.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's battery only. So
Really?
53-mile battery only, 420 mile, or it might be both actually.
It's both. Yeah.
We'll see. It only says battery though, so
Yeah. What about Priuses right now? Are they completely electrical?
they're like both.
They're
Like
both.
they're
They're hybrid.
Yeah.
Right. Like this one, probably. Volt
Yeah.
is a hybrid as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude, there's gonna be, Tesla's gonna probably, if they stop spending so much money on.
I know.
I don't know what they like. I don't know what they're spending their money on, because I mean, I
think
definitely
it's-
don't work in that company. You know,
Yeah.
this definitely they're not. I mean, they're not stupid people. They're running a
I know.
operation this big. They're definitely smart,
Yeah.
but
And
if
they've
they-
been doing it for like 10 years.
Oh
too,
yeah,
right?
yeah. They've been doing it more than 10 years.
10, yeah.
I think they were founded in 2002 or 3. Not so
Okay.
sure. Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Early 2000.
17 years or something.
Yeah, but it took a long time for them to release their first car.
Mhm.
Like their first car was maybe 2007 or 8. I'm not sure. The Roadster, the first one.
The first one.
And then it took a long time, 2012 or 13, the Model S came.
Mhm.
I'm not exactly sure on that either, but
Yeah.
somewhere around there, you know. But it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. By the time you're our parents' age, it's gonna probably be mostly electrical
Yeah.
cars.
I think that's the right track like to
Right.
head towards.
But what do you think is gonna happen with all these batteries that these cars have? Are
Like,
they gonna-
that's like a whole maybe like people will reuse them or something like that.
yeah.
But
Maybe recharge them.
yeah,
I don't know.
recharge them.
But yeah, that's the
'Cause,
problem
like,
with
the-
that. Everything
yeah.
there's like a double-edged sword.
There's
you know? Like,
always gonna be waste with whatever
Yeah,
you
course.
have. So like if you're using some resources and then like and then everybody starts using them, like it's okay if like one company does it, right? But
Right.
then when every company wants that resource and then they use it till it's like
Right.
not even there. Like
And
that's what's happening
finite.
to
Like
yeah,
the-
it's finite.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's what's happening to the gas. Like everybody is using like the fossil fuels, right? And so that's what
I
happens.
mean, they're gonna switch to electrical cars, and then the waste now is the pollution in the air. They're gonna have a problem getting rid of the batteries. Definitely, they're gonna have an issue with that, and that's gonna be the new thing. They're gonna worry about ways to how to properly get rid of batteries. And the stuff that's in those batteries, the elements, all these stuff that's in it, those are finite. So they might run out of those too. But I mean, not for what, but those are the problems.
Yeah,
So
over time it will happen.
exactly.
Yeah.
So with fossil fuels, they're like, okay, we're gonna run out of gas at some time, and it pollutes the environment. Same thing with electrical cars, just in a different way.
Yeah, different way.
So yeah,
I mean that's what
everything's
happens.
a double-edged sword. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that like the everything that we have is just something that from the earth, like every material,
Of course.
and so like
Of course.
everything that's on the earth is finite.
Right. But the thing is this, you
Yeah.
know what's not finite?
What?
The solar energy.
Yeah,
For now, at least.
For
I mean,
now.
it's definitely finite as well, because
the sun.
the sun,
Yeah,
I mean, the
The
stars
sun.
die, right?
Yeah.
But for a long time, what is
Well, like,
going to stay
yeah.
around is sun.
a couple billion years.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Maybe. I mean, we never know.
Trillion,
I don't know. But,
They say that it's gonna keep going.
yeah, I mean, it's
Like-
going to, I mean, I don't think it's going to
I
go
think
anywhere.
it'll go past like the human race. Like
Right.
we'll be non-existent before the sun
Oh,
does.
probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Dude, I feel like humans are going to go extinct through something that they have done themselves. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
At some time, humans are going to probably go extinct from something that somebody did and it wasn't regulated or something. And that's going to be the end of it.
I
So,
know. Yeah. Like because humans have been around for like 200,000 years, right? And then dinosaurs and like the Jurassic era. I don't think that era, but like the dinosaur era in general. I
Right.
think that's been around for like a couple million years.
The
And so-
dinosaurs, I think it was 60,
60 million.
64, maybe 65 million years. Yeah.
And so like if
60
we're at 200,000,
No, actually, I made a mistake. I think it was 65 million years ago that they went extinct.
Okay.
But I don't know how long they lasted.
yeah, they lasted.
I'm not sure how long
I'm
they
pretty
lasted.
sure it's in the millions
it's in
of
the
years.
millions, of
And if
course.
we're at like 200,000,
Did you know
So-
chicken is like their ancestor is a dinosaur?
really?
The chicken.
The
You
chicken.
can Google this right now. Like chickens, their ancestors are dinosaurs. So because those dinosaurs that had wings and shit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It dropped down to like a chicken.
chicken. Yeah, now we eat them. But I think so.
Maybe.
Actually, let me Google that, dude. I don't want to say something wrong.
No,
but-
it's fine. It's fine.
I
Like,
mean, no, I gotta Google this, dude.
okay.
I don't
Okay.
know.
This man has
I
to
don't
fact check everything.
Hold up.
Okay. But yeah, I think like the evolution that happened was massive. Like from that the asteroid
Oh, of
hitting.
course,
and
dude.
then-
Of course.
yeah.
The evolution, it doesn't happen 10 years, 20 years,
Yeah.
100 years. It takes a long time.
Yeah.
And, it's through different adaptations that some species make. And then they live longer than the rest of them, and that adaptations becomes part of their traits. So
right now we have like it pretty good, like humans in general. Like
it's better than what we had before.
Yeah.
But it's gonna probably, I don't know if it's gonna get better or worse, but
right
probably
now
better.
we're our only enemy. Like our humans ourselves. Humans themselves.
There's no species that can compete with us.
Yeah. And that's always like that's a double-edged sword, I guess.
Yeah. To a database.
What did it say on there?
Okay. So it says the T-Rex is more closely related to chickens and alligators.
Yeah.
So through some DNA sequence. So I mean, we are pretty close to DNAs to monkeys and bonobos and stuff. So it's only like, I think humans and bonobos have like either 7 or 3% difference in DNA. That's pretty close, man.
Yeah.
But we look nothing like each other.
I know. Yeah.
So
and like I think like all humans have like 99% of the DNA is similar.
Right.
And only like a little bit
there's
is
a
different.
little bit different.
Yeah.
I mean, we are all Homo sapiens, same species.
Yeah,
so
same
there's
species.
just a little bit difference.
Yeah.
Just the traits of like being tall, being short, you know, having darker hair, lighter hair, blue eyes, brown eyes, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But nothing major. I mean, there are some mutations in every species, but nothing that would be like, oh my god, this is like
Yeah. And what do you think about like extraterrestrial life?
I think it existed.
It exists.
Pretty sure, dude. I mean, if like science is what we've learned, and it's a way, like if they're correct about the fact that universe is like a ever expanding thing, definitely there's gonna be life somewhere.
I know,
dude.
there has to
like
be.
it would be so selfish to say no, we are the only like things that are existing.
Yeah.
We could be a byproduct of something else.
Yeah.
We don't know that yet. Like
it might be a simulation.
it might be. I mean, nobody knows right now. Nobody knows, and they just like. It was like, when was it? A few months ago, they just took a picture of the black hole for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
They're advancing there, but it's going to take a long time to kind of understand, and maybe
I know, because like I think the furthest satellite that we sent, or like the imaging that we have, is like just out of the solar system, or out of the Milky Way like galaxy.
Right. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like we haven't gone into like other galaxies yet. We know they exist. Like other galaxies
I
are
can
there.
know that. Dang.
But like we haven't like it
So
hasn't
that's
been
all. Yeah.
there.
So yeah, if we get out of that, we probably are going to find something. I mean, we might not. I don't know.
Because,
Maybe
like, it takes a long time. We don't have like the rockets that could go there like that quick. It takes like years to to
I mean,
travel.
the thing is this: the sun is just a star, right?
Yeah.
And the planets are just rocky things that are like orbiting around it. So if there are so many stars, there's so many rocks orbiting around those stars around them. There's no way we can say that there is or there isn't. So, but if you're saying universe is ever expanding, and there's just billions of stars, maybe more. There's definitely there's gonna be something, So,
I know something has to happen.
Yeah,
like
I'm not sure if they're gonna find anything in Area 51 though.
Yeah, those people those are just like, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I think it's just dude, they're not gonna do anything. I really doubt it.
Think so.
Dude, did you know the hotels around Area 51 are all booked?
Really?
Every single one is fully booked.
When are they going to? I think it's like
in September.
Yeah. So.
Well, I think people are just gonna go chill around there, bro.
Yeah.
No one's gonna do
Go in the
anything.
gift shop.
No one's gonna die, dude. Like, because they shoot you. Like,
yeah.
I think there was a guy that went there maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I don't know, just a few years ago, and he got shot. They shot him
just for like trespassing. Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's a military base. What do you expect? Like, I mean, have you played Grand Theft Auto 5?
Yeah.
You know how there's like this military base that if you go, you get like a 5-star, 4-star, something like that.
5-star, and then, like you
And
gotta get a motorcycle. You could just jump the fence.
Yeah, jump the fence. Yeah. Or you could just come with a plane. They're gonna shoot your plane down. There's so many. Unless you use the cheat code of the invincibility or something like that. But they're gonna do the same thing. They're not gonna just have somebody walking in their base.
Yeah, I mean,
dude, we're just sitting in a college and this lady just walked in our podcast and distracted us.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. So what else have you been doing, dude?
Pretty just like doing this podcast. Really.
That's it for summer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, where'd you go in 4th of July? Seattle, was it?
Yeah, Seattle.
How was it?
That was fun. Yeah. Fireworks and like the city, it was really nice.
Yeah, I've never been there, dude. I want to go there so
Yeah,
bad.
that's where like all the main companies are too, like
Mhm.
Amazon, like their
headquarters,
yeah, the
right.
headquarters, and like they had the Amazon Go store where you could like pick stuff up, like like it's like a grocery store, so like you could just it's like all run by cameras, and so there are no like cashiers. You just pick the item and then you walk outside and then it pays for it by itself.
Really? That's
Yeah.
so cool.
And it like knows which thing, and if you put it back, it knows that you put it back too.
It does?
Yeah.
That is insane, dude.
That's the level of
like,
technology.
So how do you pay for it though? Like once you get, like, what do you mean?
So like you gotta download the app,
Okay.
and then and that's on your Amazon account. So like you gotta log in and everything, and it has to have a credit card. And so you get this QR code and you scan it when you walk in, and then it knows, like it tracks who you are. Like you walk in.
Oh, okay.
then
It tracks you from your phone, and then
Yeah, or like it has cameras like on you
it
the
does?
whole time. Yeah,
Oh, that's sick. So
Yeah, so-
everything you grab, it just goes in your shopping cart.
yeah.
Everything you lift off the shelf,
Yeah.
it goes in your. That's so cool.
But then if you put it back, then it
that is,
doesn't.
dude. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
that's
And then that's gonna kill some cashier jobs.
I know, dude. That's
I've
how
been a
it's gonna
cashier,
go,
so
bro.
I've been a cashier
Yeah,
in the high school days, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening around the world, I guess.
Yeah.
Like that level of advancement is gonna change the world.
I mean, dude, as a cashier, dude, sometimes people yell at you and you're not doing anything wrong, so that's good. You know,
Yeah.
people don't have to deal with that anymore. But yeah.
But
I
that's
mean,
like the
you did post a Snapchat story now. I just remembered that. Didn't you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's really cool. And I have so many questions about that from Shyam, but yeah, I just remembered that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid, dude. I mean, how long would you say that's gonna take for, like, even in California around us to adapt to that?
I think it'll take like more than 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, because
Really?
like there's so many jobs, like entry level jobs start at cashier, or like
Right.
in that market, like high school jobs, right?
But dude, the
But-
Ralphs, like the Ralphs shopping centers, you
Yeah.
know, like they have cut cashiers. They have so many like
I know,
self
they have-
checkouts.
Yeah, the self checkout.
So does Walmart's, you know.
Yeah. But
And
now
it's faster.
now it's gonna be like what Amazon's doing is no self checkout. It's just like grabbing and then leaving the
That's
store.
even better. That's
Yeah.
even better. You know, it's more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
But like if you want to get it to the scale of like, it's like a small store. It's not like a supermarket like where it has
okay,
everything.
okay.
Like it doesn't have
It's
like
just Whole
produce,
Foods, right? Like just
No,
produce.
it doesn't have produce.
Oh,
It only
wait.
has like packaged goods.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's no produce.
No produce.
Oh, okay.
They have like water and stuff like that, but no like vegetables or anything.
I see.
No meats.
Oh, that is cool. Okay.
But
Like
so
just packaged like chips and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you wanted to get it to like a big scale,
So okay, it might take 10 years.
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
yeah,
To like have a fully operating. I mean, dude, that's still pretty good.
yeah,
I wouldn't have thought of that when I was a kid.
I know.
As a kid though, like when I was like 5 or 6, I was worried that by the time I'm gonna be like 18 and I'm gonna drive, because in Iran you get your license at 18, right?
Okay.
So there's no permits before that. You just turn 18, you go take your test. If you pass, you get a license.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I was 5, I was like, by the time I turn 18, there's no gas anymore. Like the cars use something else to like operate, you know? And I kind of want to experience putting gas in my car, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm 18 right now and that still hasn't changed, but it's
Yeah.
going towards that. So
I know.
I wasn't wrong at the age of 5.
It just like takes more time to
yeah, it does.
to
It's going to take
advance.
more time.
Because
Yeah.
like even if like one area does it, like the whole country doesn't do it. And if you're talking about globally, that's a whole different like
But it
time
brings
period.
awareness. People
Yeah.
are like, okay, I want that in my neighborhood. You know, like people see that, and then the investors or the people, you know, because the more advanced technology you bring to a neighborhood, the better the neighborhood is going to become. You know, the more traffic is going to be there. Like right now, so as you know, I had 2 jobs.
Yeah.
During summer, you know, and during my senior year, right. So I worked at the BJ's restaurant and Chipotle, right.
Yeah.
And the shopping center was the festival in Anaheim Hills. Right. And then that shopping center was like doing construction for some time. And I was like, what is happening here? You know? And then they recently finished their thing. And it's just the stations to charge your cars. And they're mostly all Teslas. So
Yeah.
what people do is they just come, park their Teslas, until it gets charged. You go shopping. There's a Target there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Hobby Lobby. There's restaurants. They go shopping. There's a Tilly's there,
Yeah.
Then they go eat. They go eat at those restaurants, and then their car is charged. So then they get in their car. So once you bring technology to the shopping centers, you're going to bring more business to the surrounding, to its surroundings, to its like radius, whatever radius people can walk to, So that is something interesting.
I know. Like even like the Tesla superchargers, like Elon has been putting them like in the middle of nowhere too. Like he put like one in the middle of the desert just for like people going by. Like
Really?
there's a road there, just like one road, and he put one there. There's
That's
nothing
good.
else.
See, that's good. So that allows you to go there because you can't go halfway there and run out of battery or like get to your destination and cannot come back, So that is smart of him. I think there's going to be a ton. There's going to be a ton because like once
like they also made it, sorry to cut you off, but like he made an advancement that like right now it's the V2 superchargers, and he made it a V3 which charges it like I don't know how many times quicker, but it's way quicker than the other ones. I think it does like 250 like kilowatts per second, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Dang, dude, that's like it's
minute.
advancing, like it's pretty cool. But like what I'm curious about is this. You know how your car might run out of gas and you're just in the middle of like, the street?
Yeah.
Like for Teslas, I know if that happens to you right now, you have to tow your car because no one's gonna bring a plug for like kilometers to just charge your car there, So, but gas, you can just bring a jerry can and fill it with gas and put it in your car. So I'm wondering if there could be like a thing that you could maybe park two Teslas next to each other and use the charge from one to charge the other one just temporarily.
Just tweet Elon, or just tweet Elon and he'll do it. He'll do it.
See, that would be something interesting.
Yeah.
That would be very interesting if that happens. I thought of that initially. I thought of that with phones because your phone dies.
Yeah.
What if there was a
Samsung did it? Samsung,
really?
yeah.
You can charge one phone through another phone.
Mm-hmm. Like
Really?
wireless charging. Like you know how you put it on the pad, like to wireless charge it, and then they did it so that if you flip your phone over, like to the backside, it has a charging pad built
Really?
into the phone.
That's sick.
And then you could do it.
That's
like,
sick.
and it works on any phone, like iPhone.
Oh,
It's not only like Samsung.
Really? I didn't know that. That's so cool. Apple needs to do that. Dude.
I know.
I was thinking of that when I was like in 6th grade or 7th grade. I was in 5th grade. 5th grade or 6th grade. I had the iPod Touch, and I was like it would die, and I was like, oh damn, But my sister had one, right? Hers would have charge or vice versa, I was always thinking, could there be some sort of plug or something that would make mine charge hers or vice versa? That would be sick.
Yeah.
And you just
now
said
they
that
did
exists.
it wirelessly too.
That is
without
really
a wire.
cool. Yeah, back then I didn't think they can do that wirelessly, so now they did that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Technology is crazy, man.
it is. Yeah, I mean that's where the future is gonna head towards. So yeah, might as well adapt to it and then fight it because it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because it makes everything so efficient. And it does destroy certain jobs, but at the end of the day, it does make the lives easier. And you're just gonna get better jobs and more advanced.
You just have to
work harder.
Yeah.
Because look at like back in the day, like before washing machines were there, you would pay people to wash your clothes for you. Correct? I'm not talking about like these places that you would pay to have like laundry or whatever. Like before that, even before the single washing machine was available,
like hand washing.
you would hire people because no one has hours of the day to spend on washing their just clothes. They would pay people to do that, right? Once the washing machine came, people were probably like, oh my god, all these people are gonna lose their jobs, which they did, but they adapted and they got different jobs. That made human life easier so they can focus on other stuff to make their life even more easier or better, So that's going to be the same thing.
Yeah. History always repeats itself
Oh, yeah.
in one way or another.
That too. Yeah. So that's going to happen with everything. So, I mean, so many jobs have been altered completely and automation has changed it, but
yeah, like even like medical jobs, like I heard radiology, like where it detects like cancers and stuff,
Right.
like that job can be done by computers, like
AI,
even better. Yeah.
It can be so much better because a doctor is just a human,
Yeah.
They make mistakes. They have long shifts,
And like
they're
they
tired.
say like the best doctor could know like 1,000 like different, they have like they know if it's there like 1,000 like they have 1,000 images in their mind,
Right,
like
right.
about what it might be, but like the best computer has like unlimited, like 10,000
Shit.
and it could spot like the tiniest difference in
See, yeah, it does
in the
help.
imaging,
It
yeah.
does help because like as I said, it's a human. It can make mistakes. Some doctors are really really good,
Mm-hmm.
but they make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. So computers, even some of them make mistakes, but you can, if as you're saying, 1,000 to 10,000 is much. It's a huge difference. So if you could get that,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty solid. But,
Now instead of instead of those jobs, like people would have to transfer to like making the machine or like doing something other than
working for those companies, working for a company that does that, working for its competitor. Like there's gonna be a few in every industry unless you become a monopoly. Maybe like Amazon or Google.
Yeah.
But so dude, Facebook is a monopoly almost.
I know.
They have like every single social media platform except Snapchat.
Yeah.
And Snapchat has been doing good in the stock market because like initially, like when I checked, when I turned 18 is when you can like buy stocks and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I remember like maybe a few days after I turned 18, I was just checking the stocks and I was like, oh my God, Snapchat is so cheap. It was like $7 or $6 or something.
Yeah.
I was like, that's crazy. That is so cheap. And then I didn't buy any. I bought maybe a few, kept it for a little while, and then sold it maybe like for not even $1 increase. Not just basically not day trade, but just I got rid of it fast. Just a tiny profit. I was like, okay, because I was like, how could it be a company this big?
Yeah. Like everybody uses it. Like
that's the thing. No, not everybody.
Not
uses
everybody.
It.
Like everybody, like in this age group, like
no, not even.
Not even.
No. That's the thing,
Really?
man. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what you would think.
I don't like probably all my friends have Snapchat.
I would agree with you, but I recently linked with one of my friends from Germany. We went to the same elementary school in Iran.
Yeah.
And I moved to the US. He moved to the Germany, right?
Yeah.
And he said that over there, barely anybody uses Snapchat. I was so shocked. I was like, really?
Probably.
And he was like, yeah. I was like, what about Instagram? And he was like, people, I mean, still use Instagram there. They use Snapchat, but in our age group, it's not as widely as you would think. Like right now here, like in California, every kid has a Snap. Everybody has a Snapchat.
But globally, they don't have that.
Globally, they don't have that. That's what I meant. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, dude, one of my managers at BJ's, he's like 50 something. He has a Snapchat.
I know.
And everybody has Snapchat here, but it just depends because right now their headquarters I think is in Venice Beach or Long Beach or something. I'm not sure, but like it's really like it's local. It's so close.
Yeah. That's why they made a big impact here.
Right. I'm not sure which beach it is. It's one of these beaches around here, but
that's where they're headquartered.
Yeah, it's very close. Very close.
But I think like Instagram and Facebook are the main like social media like kings. I mean, Twitter's a close second or like third, but Instagram and Facebook are there.
And Facebook, like with the Facebook's ads, they just changed it because if they wouldn't have made Facebook ads, they would never make the success that they have made now, and it's gonna just be different, so. And they're gonna keep going. It's just gonna get better, But so I don't know. Shopify, this sucks. Since November, Shopify has doubled.
Really?
Shopify was around 150, now it's 300, dude.
300?
Yeah.
Damn.
Each stock, yeah.
So people are figuring out like that you could sell shit online and make money, and so like.
I mean, the thing is this: Shopify just made that job so easy for all those people that want to do that.
Yeah, like the drop shipping.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's more profitable to sell courses teaching those stuff now to actually sell that because have you seen Instagram, dude? There's so many people that consider themselves as the experts and they're like teaching stuff, courses. They make more money off the courses than what they're actually selling,
because they're probably just like faking it. Like
some of them are definitely faking it. Some of them maybe they're not faking it, but still the amount of money they can make from courses is like enormous. That's why they're doing it, or else they wouldn't have done it. If it's just a bunch of pennies, no one's gonna dedicate their time making courses and advertise it and annoy people with it. So But I mean the thing is this: there's a lot of transaction, but there's a lot of costs. You have to pay a lot of ads. You've done it, right? You've done it.
Yeah.
So and then
you gotta pay for it.
Yeah, you have to,
especially if you're starting with zero and like.
Of course, and it takes a long time.
Yeah.
Or you can start with zero and make it fast by just spending a lot of money in marketing, a lot of money, you know,
Yeah.
or you're well known, you know, like the Kardashians. If you're well known like them,
And you don't
You know,
even need that. Then.
you don't
Like,
even need to like spend any money on advertising.
Yeah.
Not much. Just maybe Facebook ads a little bit here
Yeah,
and there,
pretty
but
much. Like all their stuff. Like if you have like social media figured
Right.
out and you have the your audience set, you just need to have a good product
Right.
and
But
like
that's
send
the
message.
opportunity cost though. To be that famous and have that massive a following, everybody's gonna know about every detail of your life.
Yeah.
And there's like barely any privacy. So
Mhm.
you know, everything has an opportunity cost, you
Yeah.
know. So you gotta see what's worth it for you, you know,
Yeah.
like what's
Figure out what you want.
right.
instead of-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you know, there's no way somebody can have 120 million followers, you know, like I don't know, like some of the Kardashians, without people not knowing much about them, you know.
Mhm.
Everybody knows like the tiny secrets or details of their lives, you know.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo has that following, and he's like a amazing soccer player. He's a legend, you
Yeah.
know.
I know. One of
People-
the greatest.
He is one of the great.
Yeah.
Like people don't like follow up with the Ronaldos, you know. Like it's not like that, you know.
Yeah.
He gained his fame through like his success in sports,
Yeah.
soccer, you know.
Yeah.
Deals like with Nike, you know, like
Mhm.
that's how he became famous. So everybody looks at him as a soccer player,
Yeah.
and they follow how he plays soccer and what he does. You know, they don't follow like, oh my god, like what is the newest bag or I don't know man purse that
Yeah.
Ronaldo bought. You know,
Uh-huh.
like nobody cares about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just different. So
I know. Like Ronaldo, he makes like I think a couple hundred grand just from like posting a sponsored post on Instagram.
of course,
Because
yeah.
people want that like
Yeah.
awareness for their product.
Yeah, there was like this shampoo company that spent a lot of money. Dude,
Mhm.
they would spend so much money with him. I don't remember which one it was. And there was a cell phone company as well.
Yeah.
But some of them, since they're overseas, dude,
Yeah.
like you know how here when you make a deal, you have to like actually use their products.
Mhm.
Like LeBron James, you know how he had this deal with Kia, and he had this red Kia Cadenza
Oh, yeah,
that he
yeah.
would like drive around actually sometimes. But like you know, or cell phones, like maybe like some company pays you to advertise their stuff. You have
you
to
gotta
use their
use it,
phone,
yeah.
you know. Not like overseas,
Yeah.
dude. You make a deal, they pay you, you do your ad, and you can use whatever you
Yeah.
want to use. So
Mhm.
they're not gonna be like, oh my god, he's using like Pantene or some other shampoo, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's not like that.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Anything else? No.
I don't know. Let's see. So I recently quit one of my jobs.
Really?
I quit BJ's. I put my 2 weeks in. My last day is actually today, dude. After this podcast, I'm gonna probably go close there tonight,
Mhm.
and it's gonna be my last day there. It was
Yeah.
I learned a lot. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. And then at Chipotle, I kind of wanted to quit because I just got tired. You know, I was
Mhm.
like, I'm just gonna quit. You know, so I did quit, but the GM wasn't there, so I just left a note on his desk.
Really?
And then the next day I had a shift, and I came to work. You know, and he came to work, and for some reason I had to go to his office to grab something, and the stapler. I'm not sure what I needed, right? And that was the same moment that he was reading my notes,
Mhm.
and then he was like, "What is this?" And I was like, I'm quitting. And then he was like, no, you're not. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, so he asked me why, and I told him the reason and stuff. And he was like, just go to your next shift and take a month off. And that's what I did. So I'm still employed there. So he was like, just take a month off, you know, just relax before school starts, and just, you know, because the thing is this, I only want to work like 1 or 2 days once the school starts, because, you know, that's my focus. School's my focus,
Mhm.
not working, you know, but, you know, that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know like how I'm going to feel about it when I go back.
Yeah.
It's been already like almost 2 weeks that I haven't worked there, but you know,
He just said like you had to work here. They
Yeah.
probably don't want to like hire someone else and then train them.
probably,
all that stuff.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the main thing. They don't. No, the thing is this: they don't want to lose like certain employees that are trained on a specific thing, like, and they're doing it correctly. You know, because there are employees, you know, that don't work to their full potential, and then they're like, okay, this person, we can cut this person, you know, or if they quit, it's fine. But certain employees that care, and you know, I'm constantly learning. Like the reason that I work there, dude, is not just to get like $12 or $13 an hour, you know.
Yeah, I know.
The reason I worked there was to kind of learn how the fast food industry works, you know, what companies they work with or deal with, you know, that like I didn't know like for Chipotle, there's a company that every week they send their knives to, and they sharpen it, and then they send it back.
Really?
Yeah.
Just to sharpen.
Just to sharpen it. There's like,
Yeah.
they're just kitchen knives. There's like
okay.
maybe like 10 knives.
Mm-hmm.
So like, that's pretty, I didn't know that. Like you got to work in a place and learn all the little stuff. So what I'm trying to do is learn the bookkeeping and the paperwork there, which managers learn that. I'm not a manager
Yeah.
there. I've just mastered a few positions, you know, as a crew member, but
Yeah.
the managers are pretty, you know, chill. And then they like teaching people because I mean, they never, I mean, they look at an employee as somebody who wants to just become a manager and go up.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I want to do. But I don't know. Maybe as I'm going through school, if they make me manager, that would be nice. But I don't know.
Maybe.
Let's see what happens. I don't know. But I'm saying the reason I stayed there was just to like just learn the stuff. And I got a job at BJ's to learn how like a bigger restaurant would operate. You know, like fast food is very, very different from a restaurant. In fast food, they cross-train employees, you know, and they start someone maybe as a cashier. That person learns how to work in the line, make food, work in the back of the house as prep to just prepare the food. Maybe somebody on the grill, you know. Slowly they make it managers, you know, all this stuff. But in a restaurant like BJ's, they don't cross-train people. You get your position, and it's kind of like ranking a little bit, not really, but based on how much you make in tips mostly. But what it is that like if you want to go to a different position, even if it's lower or higher than your position, they have to promote you to that position. It's not like they're gonna cross-train you on everything. You're gonna learn your position and you're gonna master it for a few months maybe. And if you're good enough, they're gonna be like, hey, so do you want to do this? Or you have to ask them constantly, hey, I'm interested in doing this. You know, can you change my positions so I can learn and master that as well? You know, and you just by just working like these just low-paying jobs, just like basic jobs, you can kind of like see how like companies or just bigger corporations operate. Because at the end of the day, they have all the locations, you know, they're making the big bucks, you know. They have paid millions of dollars in how to train people, management, all these management structure, all these stuff. So by just working for a month, not for a month, sorry, for a few months, maybe for a year, you can kind of learn or see some patterns in different ones. Because, you know, as you know, I worked at Taco Bell, I worked at The Habit, I work at Chipotle. I try to see different management structures,
the similarities and
differences, you know, which companies they deal with to supply them, you know, different stuff, you know, and like it's pretty interesting. But
that is interesting.
Not something I would want to put my career as, you know. I wouldn't want to be like a general manager of a restaurant.
But just
that's just me, because that's just me. I'm not saying that's a bad profession. It's an amazing profession. A lot of benefits. You learn a lot, you know. If you're a general manager, you basically own the store. You don't get all the profits. You get a salary, but it's your store, you know. You have your team. It's pretty fun. If you like cooking and stuff, it's pretty fun. You know, it's a very nice profession, but it's just like, you know, where your what is it called? Where your interests are or your passions and stuff. My passion is to just like learn, you know, learn different stuff, learn different business structures, you know, management structures, how to just like, you know, just learn all of these and maybe put it together once you have the capital to start your own thing, if you're interested, you know. Because if you don't like what you do, you know,
there's no point.
No point. You're not gonna get anywhere with it, you know. So
without the passion, like none of this would happen. Like,
for you even, like,
for
you
me.
Started this podcast with Sam, right? But this was your passion, you know. You liked it, you know. You did the research for it for months, and then here you are, you know. So
all right, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
It was very nice talking to you, dude.
Yeah, nice to talk to you too.
For sure.
Right? Yeah. All right. That's it, everybody. See you later. Bye.
Bye.